this first client that we ended up doing this for, that person had a large amount of ETH and they were buying a home and wanted to borrow against their ETH rather than selling. They were getting ready to send to BlockFi. So we talked them through, okay, BlockFi is going to charge you more. The risks are worse in like, okay, you'll get liquidated at a higher ETH price, etc. So let's do it here. It was such an easy conversation. It was literally like a 5-minute call or less to get them on board because the advantages are so stark. The amount of saved interest payments is pretty crazy. So then we came in, we minted some LUSD against their ETH, converted to USDC and shot that over to their to them. They converted, bought their home. And then what's interesting is the aftermath of that is a really good example of why this is so advantageous. That transaction happened before the 3AC meltdown. And the 3AC meltdown happened and ETH price, nuked. And we were on the phone talking with that client about, okay, here's where your liquidation level is, et cetera. And talking to them about how to risk manage. Like, okay, if you want to get your liquidation price down, send us some more assets over. At one point, they sent some stable coins over and we paid down the debt a little bit. And then at another point, sent some ETH over and added to the collateral. And we looked at it, that person would have lost their entire, basically almost their entire net worth, but all of their ETH if they had stayed in BlockFi. Because one, it takes a little bit longer on those centralized exchanges to get assets in the door. You send them ETH and then it has to, spend some time clearing their system, and then you can add it to your collateral. So that's issue number one. But issue number two, the meltdown 6 months ago was so severe that they would have blown right through their liquidation price and lost everything on BlockFi. Well, there was a lot of nervousness for the Liquity loan because it was like, how far is this going to drop? Like, I don't know, I have the numbers right off the top of my head because we're like talking about it as it's happening. But when ETH just insta dipped down to below 900, their liquidation price was well below that, but it just kind of felt like this free fall. How far will it go? But they avoided liquidation. And so the delta here for that particular client is, okay, we saved them 6 figures of interest payments a year, plus their entire ETH stack. Because like I said, they would have been liquidated on BlockFi. So that's like a good example of just how attractive it can be. So exact same assets, exact same borrow, et cetera, you're going to be liquidated a lot faster in some of these other places because their loan to value is so much less attractive.